Morning, my name's Anthony Langdon from Ingeus. Thank you for Movement to Work for inviting me to talk to you today. I'm going to talk about two things: how we help people start work and how we help people stay in work. First of all, I'll give you a quick introduction to Ingeus. We were actually founded in the late 80s in Australia to support rehabilitation of people with health conditions, and we've been delivering in the UK since 2002 a range of mainstream employment programs like the Work Programme, where we were the first provider to take on health practitioners to support the needs of our participants. We are also a disability confident leader, so we practice what we preach in the terms of support that we offer to individuals. Last year we became part of the global APM group. This has now extended our reach to 11 countries and almost 700 sites across those countries, through which we support individuals on their journey into and progression within work. That includes in the UK our work with ex-offenders, those in custody and those in the community, our support for young people who are leaving education through the National Citizenship Service, and we are the largest provider of the National Diabetes Prevention Programme for the NHS. But the two things that I'll talk to you more about today are the Work and Health Programme and JETS, which is how we help people start work, and our Able Futures Programme, which is how we help people with mental health conditions stay in work. The Work and Health Programme is delivered throughout England and Wales. Ingeus actually leads 3 of those contracts in the Northwest: Lancashire, Cumbria, Merseyside and Cheshire, in the 10 boroughs of Greater Manchester and in central London. And we also support other organisations to deliver in the West Midlands and in North Yorkshire. So these are the brands that we use to deliver the programme, but there are individual providers delivering this throughout England and Wales. Able Futures is a national programme which is Access to Work mental health support service. And I'll talk about each of these on the next few slides. The Work and Health Programme has been commissioned by the Department for Work and Pensions, and the first contracts went live at the end of 2017. It's really designed during a period of relatively low unemployment to meet the needs of minority groups that may not have benefited from some of the more mainstream programmes, particularly focusing on closing the disability employment gap for people with health conditions and disabilities. And we provide a 15-month journey for individuals that want to enter work within the next 12 months. And we're really trying to unpick the barriers to work that they may have, helping them address those internally with our own resources, and drawing on a network of partner organisations to help people meet their aims. And we're really focused on sustainable employment with the contract. So rather than focusing on a job start, which a lot of contracts have done in the past, we're measured on earnings. So the motivation is to get people into the right job at the right time so that they can stay in that and last. There are 3 main groups that come to the Work and Health Programme. The clue's in the title, with the main group over 4 out of 5 participants having a health condition or disability, and they can join the programme voluntarily. But there are also 12 early access groups. I've listed those on the slide there. People who've come from an armed forces background, homelessness, drug and alcohol recovery, perhaps a caring history, they can also join the programme voluntarily. And there's a residual number of people who are mandated to the programme when they reach 2 years of unemployment. For employers, the real opportunity is to understand people's backgrounds and make any reasonable adjustments ahead of time. So any candidates that are introduced are pre-screened and matched, and we present individuals with a support mechanism already in place. Our screening and preparation, I would say, exceeds mainstream recruitment. One example, for a major retailer with a new store opening, we arranged for 19 people to attend interview, and of those 19, 17 of them were employed. And a real aspect of the programme for employers that want to reach into communities is perhaps to attract people that wouldn't normally be successful through an online or mainstream application. 1 in 5 adults of working age by current definitions have some form of health condition or disability, and that includes neurodiversity talents. And also people who perhaps are given a choice in a supportive environment by an employer do tend to stay longer, We're measured on sustainability, and I'm pleased to say that Ingeus delivers the top performing contract for the Work and Health Programme nationally, based on our ability to place people into the right job at the right time and support them on the early journey into work. As announced in the mini budget a few months ago, the Work and Health Programme has been extended to reach more people that have been displaced through the COVID period who may not be eligible for the DWP's Work and Health Programme. And this has come in the form of JETS, Job Entry Targeted Support, which has been added on to Work and Health Programme contracts to go live on the 5th of October. This is designed to coincide with the wind down of the furlough scheme, but we anticipate the larger numbers will flow onto this programme from the early part of next year as people reach 3 months of unemployment post furlough scheme ending. It's designed for people of working age of all different backgrounds, and we anticipate that high numbers of people will represent young people that have lost work through entry-level work, no job offers following apprenticeships, but also experienced managers that may have lost jobs due to industrial decline and sector decline. And it's for people who may wish to commence work in the same kind of job again, but also people that wish to pivot and embark on a new career. And it's for people who may have been struggling independently to find work. So we're really mindful that updating CVs, preparing people with a better interview technique, how to use transferable skills are going to be important values here. And why should employers use it? Well, it's a really easy way to find candidates who are being supported. It's really easy now to click a button on a website and apply for a job which you may not be suited to or completely understand. We use a range of resources to help point people in the right directions. And it allows employers to draw in experience within a sector, and also to attract people who may not have worked in that sector before but really present an opportunity to bring knowledge, expertise into new industries. So now I've talked about two programmes, the Work and Health Programme and the imminent JETS programme, that help people start work. The Access to Work Mental Health Support Service is a nationally commissioned programme by the DWP to help people stay in work and manage their mental health. And the Ingeus programme is branded as Able Futures. It's really aimed to help people who have a job but are starting to have those concerns about their ability to continue in work or perform effectively. It helps people address their anxieties about returning to work from furlough. It also can help young people who are apprenticed and maybe find that they're not so connected to the workplace working remotely in the current period. And it provides 9 months of support from qualified mental health practitioners, our vocational rehabilitation consultants. It sits outside of any employer commission programs. There's no funding conflict there. It's completely confidential. It's accessible through the Able Futures website, but there's also a range of materials that we can apply to employers, HR teams, to allow their staff to access it within the workplace. And it also helps complement EAPs, where statistics tell us that people who have access to an employee assistance programme don't necessarily look at that as the first port of call for support, but they may contact an independent programme like Able Futures. And there's a really interesting stat that I put on the slide there. Commonly, people with physical health conditions may take time off sick. People with mental health conditions, unless it's really acute, may continue to present at work, but this is at the detriment of their performance, mental health and well-being within the workplace. So presenteeism is identified as costing 2 to 3 times what absenteeism might cost in the workplace. With the time available, I've only been able to give a very brief introduction to the Work and Health Programme and Job Entry Targeted Support Programme, which comes into effect on the 5th of October. This is delivered through 11 contracts nationally. I work collaboratively with the other prime contractors, and we do effectively support national employers to ensure there's a consistent service there. Able Futures is available to any employer, public, private or third sector of any size, and that's available throughout the UK. So if anyone listening has any questions, feel free to ask those during the panel session or get in contact with me directly. My contact details are there. I can help you with any of the contracts that Ingeus delivers, but also affect any introductions to other parts of the country where a similar programme may be available. Thank you.